So I'm going to show you my top 4 essentials as a dancer that I use before class and for shows. But before I get started, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Ballet Freak. I post there daily. So these are things that I use before class and before performances to keep me going, and they're definitely super important to me. So my first thing is my Aromatherapy Balls, and you can get these at balletfreak.com. I will link everything below in the description. So these I will use on the bottoms of my feet and my calves to help release my muscles before I go on point especially. These are amazing. I have been using them a lot lately, and I will also link to a video on how I release my calves with them. Next thing, super important to me, is my deep blue cream. I use this mainly before I go to bed after I ice my feet. Don't use it after you take a really hot shower, after you use a heating pad, because it will just feel very intense and it might feel like it's burning. Same thing like icy hot. So I use this, and I will also use it before a performance, before I put my point shoes on. Next is my heating pad. So I will use this backstage at performances and occasionally before class, depending on how my body is feeling, just to keep me warm and to keep my muscles warm and loose before I go on stage. And a little hack with my gainer point shoes and a heating pad is sometimes my gainers tend to feel a bit like frozen, or they get a bit stiff after they've been sitting out or it's colder. And I will take them while I'm taping my toes or getting ready, and I'll set them on this heating pad like this, and then I will flip them over. It just helps warm them up a bit, especially if you haven't really done point that day or you're doing a show. I don't know, it works for me, I like it. So also another side note with the heating pad, mine has different levels of how hot you can make it. Just be careful with it, don't fall asleep with it on, and if you're using it on your back, make sure you either put a towel on it or you have a t-shirt on, because it can get really hot. You don't want to burn yourself. Okay, last but definitely not least is my foam roller. This is kind of like my security blanket. I feel weird if I don't go to class or bring it with me somewhere that I'm dancing. I don't know why, it's kind of funky, but I use it to roll out my quads and my back a lot before my shows or classes, and I have to, or else my body just does not feel as good. So yes, these are my top 4 essentials that I use.